New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
New Thought Media Network proudly presents On Purpose with Reverend Beth Linguri. Wednesdays at 7 a.m. Mountain Time, 3 p.m. Central European Time. Come find purpose, nurture growth, and live your passion. And now On Purpose with Reverend Beth Linguri.
Hello, everyone. So good to be with you again, and welcome to all of those who are joining us for the first time. I'm Reverend Beth Linguri, your host on this program where we together share our reflections and go into our deeper self, our inner self, and find our purpose for our life. And so today, I invite you into the sanctuary of this now moment, of this presence, and join me in a time of reflection. So just take a deep breath and move now into a little quieter time, releasing all that has come before, and be here now. This is a time of reflection, of moving inside. Everyone is in this body, this physical body, on purpose, for the purpose of expressing love and joy and beauty, to expressing that which is infinite, that source energy which bubbles up from within and expresses without. So take another deep breath and just relax. Leave everything at the door. All the to-dos, all of the worries, all of the news, all of what's happening outside, and move a little inside as we reflect together on our soul's purpose for this existence. So as we move along, I want to quote one of my favorite gurus and authors, Ralph Waldo Emerson, who wrote, "When the act of reflection takes place in the mind, when we look at ourselves in the light of thought, we discover that our life is indeed embedded in beauty. It is only the finite that has wrought and suffered. The infinite lies stretched in smiling repose." Of course, Ralph Waldo Emerson wrote in very poetic language, but this is the idea that we will explore together today. We're guided in this exploration by the book, This Thing Called You, by Ernest Holmes. And today I'm quoting and sharing some of the workbook that accompanies this book, written by Reverend Linda McNamara many years ago. And I'm very grateful to her for preparing this workbook and for knowing her as I did a few years ago. Ernest Holmes writes, "Your endeavor is not to locate the divine presence. It's not something we look for outside, but to awaken the activity of its law." Well, that seems vague, perhaps. Let's unpack that a bit. "It is rather to become aware of this presence and its activity flowing through you." So we're not looking outside, but inside, and moving into our inner being. As Jung wrote, don't know you, soul. Where are you? I think you're there. So we're going inside. So this statement, he said, this law that he spoke about in the statement, your endeavor is to awaken the activity of the law. The law he speaks of here is this law of creativity. The spirit, this energy of source, that creative energy that created the universe, is indeed constantly creating. It is creating in every moment. If we look outside, we can see creation. And if we look at it over time, we see the leaves turn green and gray. Right now in Switzerland, many of the trees are simply black lines in the sky. But later they will bloom and blossom and flowers and leaves and green, and it will be a spectacular show. So there's constant creativity, and this creative energy is constantly creating inside each one of you and me. So this law, this spirit of the source of all creativity is constantly creating. And each one of us, our consciousness, our awareness is some part of this universal spirit. And all human thought is creative. So whenever we make a choice or a change in our lives, we activate this creativity. So today and then in the coming weeks, we will learn together as we share each week to trust and to grow our connection with this universal spirit and begin to recognize and acknowledge the power that exists with each one of us. So this connection, to maintain this connection, which is the way that we create and connect with our source so that we can know what our purpose is and know what source energy's purpose for our life is to remain connected. And I know this from our discussions and chats in the past that this connection is very tenuous, it's very light, it's very delicate, and it can easily be disturbed. So our practice today, as we work together, is to practice how we can strengthen that connection. And as a practice, I was going to lead you into a centering practice. It's a very simple practice, one that I hope that you will take with you today and begin to integrate into your life, as it's very simple and won't take a lot of energy or discipline or you have to do it. No, it'll be easy and simple. So let's just move into the practice. There are many descriptions of centering practices, and there are many traditions that have a centering prayer, but this is something different. It is the first practice that we use for leading a spirit-centered life. It's based on this idea that we need to learn balance in the inner self, so that the outer world can be observed from a perspective of truth. I'll begin by sharing a story. After I prepared for our class today, our talk today, I went out for a walk. And as I was walking, I live in a small village in Switzerland up high, and we can see the Alps and the lake, and it's a beautiful place. And as I walked, I could see across the valley a village. And I looked across the valley and I saw this village, beautiful little peaceful village with a tower and little houses, and it looked so peaceful. And as I looked, I recognized and realized that it was a village that I know very well. As I drive from my village to the highway, to the autoroute or the highway wherever I need to go, I have to go through this village. But when I do, I come down this little mountain and go through a valley. And it's very stressful, very narrow roads, very winding. And I come to the village around a corner and I have to stop and look many different ways. And the village roads are very narrow and there are people coming from every direction. And I always find it very stressful. We have to slow down to 30 kilometers. The road narrows so that there's only room for one car. Then there's a circle. Then there are children coming from school. So I'm always very concentrated. And I have a dread, a kind of, ooh. So sometimes I even go a longer way to avoid this. And I thought, oh my goodness, that's the same village that causes all this stress and anxiety in my life when I go through it. And I'm looking at it from this perspective, and it looks so beautiful. So it's about changing our perspective. Our centering practice is engaging us, each one of us, to change our perspective. So the practice. We've all had experiences of getting caught up in the events around us. Right now, so many things are going on that cause me anguish and pain each morning if I pay attention to them. We've all experienced the pain of feeling the effect of what is happening in the world and in our life. And this pain is the result of this perspective that we have of giving our power away to the outer events, which in fact have no real power. Our true power, the true power of each one of us, true power lies within. So in order to access this power, we learn to center our attention and the intention within one's own being. So living from the inside out like this is the true method of creating our outer reality. So I'm inviting us to align ourselves with this divine power that lies at the very center of our being. With this, we can learn to see that the outer world corresponds with our own dreams and intentions. It's a very simple method. It's this 3-step process. And so are you ready to join me in this practice? First, get comfortable. Make sure that you're comfortable on your chair or you're in a comfortable place. You're not driving. And you are just relaxed into this space. I'm going to gently close my eyes, and I invite you to do the same. And we begin by setting an intention to live more completely from your inner knowing, your inner heart. As you set this intention, release and be willing to let go of old concepts, any challenges, any events from your thinking in order to see more clearly. Now bring your attention to your breath and begin to breathe into your heart. Breathe into your heart. Continue to breathe into your heart until you can feel your heart space becoming calm and peaceful. So I'll be silent for a few seconds as each one breathes into your heart space. As you breathe into your heart and be calm and peaceful, we set this intention to create a sanctuary here in your own heart where you can rest and be safe. Using your imagination to create a space for yourself in whatever way you choose. You may wish to imagine a wonderful, comfortable, big, easy chair, or a peaceful place by a stream or on a beach. You may visualize a color or a sensation that makes you feel totally at home and relaxed. I invite you to stay with this idea until it feels safe and grounded and very personal to you. This is a sanctuary, a temple, an oasis, a quiet place, a special place where you feel safe, loved, comfortable, peaceful. Now breathe deeply, even more deeply into this space. Continue to claim this sanctuary of your own being. And as you realize that this place is a place where pure spirit exists, and it exists right at the center of you, right at the center of me. Pure spirit. Breathe in this spirit. This is pure spirit, pure love. It is always there. It never leaves. It is a place of refuge. This oasis of peace. Breathe again. And feel yourself totally one with this space. As you continue to allow your heart to open to this idea, begin to look out on your life from this safe place at the center. Become aware that all life is a spiritual event. Feel this energy within you that comes constantly from source energy, always available. And just observe the effects of the outer world, knowing that all is well. And now practice as you're in this space. Practice meeting someone you love and seeing the heart connect with the heart. And the smile connect with the smile. And then allow someone perhaps you've had a disagreement with, or perhaps you didn't understand or reacted before you could reflect, or you felt hurt. And simply allow this person to come into your awareness and send love. Connect with the heart. See that the heart within this person is the same as your heart. One full of love and peace and joy. And connect heart to heart. Allow a few moments of silence, and perhaps there's someone else or some other event in your life that you would like to bring into this space. It's okay if nothing comes up. You can simply continue to breathe into your heart space and feel the love and the peace that is there. And so now gently complete your practice and very slowly continuing to allow this heart to open to this idea. Continually create an intention right now to move into this space. Once a day, when you wake in the morning, or when something comes up that rattles or upsets. Know that you always have this possibility to simply either close your eyes physically or leave them open, but simply move inside to that warm, heart-loving space. This is a spiritual practice that is simple and easy. And if it's faithfully practiced, you will maintain a peace of mind and a power of thought and word that will suffice to support you in any circumstance. I encourage you to find a time daily to do this. Begin to practice it daily when you wake in the morning for a minute before you open your eyes. Take 5 minutes before you leave your bed in the morning. Go to a meditation place in your home if you have one. If you don't, you might want to think about creating a special, just a corner where you can move quickly, and then you'll find it's quick and easy to move into this space. Remember that your power lies within, and it's from this centered place that you can create and love and find peace in every moment. So I encourage you, as I said, to set your intention to live more completely from your inner knowing and to continue this 3-step process. So 3 steps. Set your intention to spend more time with this inner knowing, to consult it more frequently. Find a quiet place where you can connect through the breath with your heart. And then let your heart open to this idea and begin to open up to this practice of relating to others from your center, from your personal heart space, and connect heart to heart. As you begin to integrate this practice into your life, when stressful situations arise, you'll find that you'll move right into this centered place so quickly, and you will create love, and you'll find peace in every moment. And as you raise your consciousness this way, you will be doing what it is that you want to do when you see the news and you see, what could I do about these events that are happening that are beyond my control? I cannot be there and do something physically. But we know that as each one raises consciousness to this level through these simple practices, that the consciousness of the world changes. And so I invite you to reflect and to share with us in the chat what this practice was with life, right, for you today. What did you find there? What are you looking for? What was your reaction? What is your intention as we move forward? Sometimes if we write our intentions and share them with others, we're more likely to maintain our path. I'm going to close today by reading a quote from one of our current masters, Deepak Chopra. And he says, it's irrelevant what we judge our own actions to be. It's irrelevant what we judge our own actions to be. I didn't do enough. I could have done more. And as we judge ourselves, what do? We pull ourselves down. So it's irrelevant. As soon as we find ourselves judging ourselves, we just simply let it go. And we act. We simply act as our level of consciousness dictates. If we want to change our existence meaningfully, then we must change our level of consciousness. We must, as desires to give way to cosmic consciousness. So release those desires we have, those little needs we have. Oh, I want to be this or want to be that. Release that. And develop this cosmic consciousness through a centering practice. A simple centering practice every day. I invite you to come back next week at this time, or if you are watching this offline at another time, to follow us and find our broadcasts each week on Facebook or on wherever you find them. This is the pathway. This is the first step. And if we integrate, I invite you to integrate this practice into your life. In the beginning, do it as often as you remember. Be gentle with yourself. And then as you remember it and do it, it will begin to become habit and a practice that you embrace as part of your life. And as you do, you will see the power and you will begin to make it a regular practice. And as we close today, I have a few more minutes. Yes, I would love to read for you this beautiful poem because poetry often speaks in a language that is emotional and brings up our feelings and our heart space in a way that simple words and talk does not. A favorite poet of mine, David Whyte, this is an excerpt from his poem, All the True Vows. I'll simply read it to you and then close in silence. All the true vows are secret vows. The ones we speak out loud are the ones we break. All the true vows are secret vows. The ones we speak out loud are the ones we break. There's only one life you can call your own, and 1,000 others you can call by any name you want. Hold to the truth you make every day with your own body. Don't turn your face away. Hold to the truth at the center of the image you were born with. Don't turn your face away. Remember, in this place, no one can hear you. And out of the silence, you can make a new promise that it will kill you to break. This way, you'll find out what is real and what is not. I know what I'm saying. Time almost forsook me, and I looked again. Seeing my reflection, I broke a promise and spoke for the first time after all these years in my own voice. In my own voice. Before it was too late to turn my face again. By David Whyte from The River Flow. Namaste, my friends. Go in peace.
Thanks for watching. Join us again next Wednesday for more of On Purpose with Reverend Beth Linguri. only on New Thought Media Network. Learn more at www.ntmedia.org.